Two, one. You're on, Harry. I know I'm on. This is a dramatic pause. Don't you get it? Live from the McLeod Sports Desk in our studios in Jackson, still under repair. This is Sports Final with Steve the Baxman Baxley, brought to you by the L2C Media Network. We're going to try to make it to an hour. Give us a chance to do this in tight pants. Ladies and gentlemen, with the scores, the headlines, and everything else that makes a sports show weird, here's the Baxman. Hey, how you doing, everybody, and welcome. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hello. Good evening, and someday soon we're going to get this right. Hey, welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. That's how we intro our little Spreaker show, and that's how we enter this show, or intro this show. And a lot of you are saying, hey, why is your microphone wearing a mask? Well, because we believe in good health and safe show. But since our governor here in Michigan has decided to remove the rule, I figure, what the heck? We are a benevolent show. We have to do the same thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we took it off a little early, but there it is. The mask is off. We are now a protected show. And now it's time to infect the world, or at least this half of the world, with sports. That's right. And unlike certain gentlemen, certain national doctor, we say to thee, thank God. And we're going to bop it to 4 here. Okay. It is time to bring you sports like you've never seen or heard it before. And since we can't show you highlights because, well, we don't have the permission of every sports franchise in the free world, we have to do things audioly. Yes, friends, it is time for us to get funky like a monkey, not too chunky. Let's see. Do we have? Oh, this goes to this thing. Okay, let us live. Let us live to see tomorrow. Let us go to where there's nothing to borrow. Yes, friends, it's time for us to say hello for another Weird Sports Show. Yesterday, things were going good, and then the rains came and effed everything up to the point where we ended early. Forced to end it early. But we are back. We are in full voice, full vigor, and hopefully a full hour of a broadcast. So, with that politely stated, said, and sung, are we okay here? Now, let me just, or have we totally gone unhinged on this broadcast? Personally, for me, if we're unhinged, hey, that's fantastic. At least somebody out there loves us. Anyway, welcome everybody to the broadcast. You've already heard Harry von Stuttgart tell you who we're sponsored by, which is absolutely anyone in the free world. We're doing our best, folks, for what we got. Not yet in, because we are still little Paint Shop Pro out, but still, we gotta do it. We gotta do it with pride, style, and drama. That's right, folks. And there's a big drama in the NBA. First round is and we will give you a score. It is a shocking score, to say the least. We may provide you with audio coverage. Just a little snip song of what is going on. But right now, Bob and some peanuts and Cracker Jack. It's time to hit a few home runs. It's a little sporty ball. That's right. It's baseball. I love. We're gonna make a shirt. I've decided. I'm going to see if when I get the proper acumen here, we're going to make a shirt. Sell it for about $15. It's going to be set. It's going to say "Sporty Ball" on it. We have adopted the Mandy Summers word of the Deca, Sporty Ball. That's right. We've adopted. What can we say? Okay, time now for some Major League Baseball scores to make you laugh, sing, cry, moan, be delighted. Well, however you want to go and say that. So here we go. Forgive me if I look down and up and down and up and down and up and be like my head will be like a yo-yo. Oh, by the way, gotta show you something, folks. I am in the corporate attire. There you go. There you go. The corporate attire. Plus, a friend of mine decided to make a button. Let me show it to the camera there. There you go. Not a bad bouton. Can't show you the back because, well, I can't. I'm not taking my shirt off. Nobody wants to see me topless. Ask any woman. Hey. Okay, let's go to it. Major League Baseball scores. You got them. You want them. We'll do it like this. That way you can see an actual glow on my face. All right, let's go to it. Let's bop. All right, we're in the hi there. Ooh, Funza. Okay, come on. Thank you. We are in the fourth inning. No, correction. Hey, it corrected itself. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Seattle leads the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim by a score of 4-2. Get my screen wiped off here. Thank you. In the top of the sixth, it is San Francisco over the Chicago Cubs, 5-2. In the bottom of the fourth inning, it is San Diego 3, the New York Mets, nada. Those are the games that are still in progression. Let's go for some finals, and there's a lot of them we got for you, so let's get going. The Atlanta Braves over the Washington Nationals, 5-1. Tampa Bay Rays over the New York Yankees, 9-2. And again, what has happened to the New York Yankees? I don't know. Let's keep going. Boston Red Sox bouncing the Houston Astros, 5-1. Colorado massacred the Texas Rangers. That's right. The Rockies beat the Rangers 11-6. Pittsburgh over the Miami Marlins by a score of 5-3. Milwaukee Brewers beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 7-4. The Chicago White Sox got damn ass lucky. They beat Los Tigres del Detroit by a score of 4-1, otherwise known as the Detroit Tigers. But hey, we're also going to give you a look at the standings. So don't miss that. Because if you do, we're going to miss you. Continuing, Kansas City Royals gave the Minnesota Twins a royal thrashing. 6-5. Cincinnati Reds gave the St. Louis Cardinals a thrashing of their own, 4-2. And is that all there is? Is that all there is? Yes, it is. Okay. Do we have a chance to show off the standings in the American and National League? Is there a way we can do this nice and sort of big like, so I can show this to the camera? Damn. I can't stretch it out, but can the camera sort of take a good look here? New York won the third game 5-0. Wait, come on. No, come on. I don't. Tubi. I don't want Tubi. No, I mean, I love Tubi. Tubi is great, but let's get to why we're doing this. Okay, so we can't show it to you, but we can tell it to you. So let's get down with some updates on the standings in the American and National League. In the American League East, ladies and gentlemen, Tampa Bay is still on top, 36-22. They are 2 games up on Boston, which is 33-23. 4.5 games up on the New York Yankees, which is 31-26. 5 games up on the Toronto Blue Jays, 29-25. And 16 games up on the Baltimore Orioles, with a depressing 19-37 record. In the American League Central, the Chicago White Sox, get funky, baby. Chicago White Sox, 34-22. They're the top Bow Wows. The Cleveland Indians are 30-24. They're 3 games back, which means the White Sox are 3 games up on the Cleveland Indians. They're 5.5 up on Kansas City, who is 27-26. They're 11 up on the Detroit Tigers, 23-33. And they're 11.5 up on the Minnesota Twins, who are 22-33. In the West, the Oakland Athletics are top Bow Wows, top dogs, top possums, if you're wanting to go that way. They're top of the possum. They're top possums, 33-25. Houston is 1 game up, or actually Oakland is 1 game up on Houston, 31-25. 4.5 games up on Seattle, 28-29. 6.5 up on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, who are 25-30. 11 games up on Texas, 22-36. Over on the National League, the Eastern Division, here's a shocker: New York Mets, 27-21 right now is their record. They're 4 up on the Atlanta Braves, who are 26-28. 4.5 up on the Philadelphia Phillies, who are 26-29. 6.5 up on the Miami Marlins, who are 24-31, and 6.5 up on the lowly Washington Nationals, who are 23-30. In the Central Division, all is right with the world. Chicago Cubs are top dogs, 32-23. 1.5 games up on St. Louis at 31-25. 2.5 up on Milwaukee with 30-26. 7 up on Cincinnati, 24-29. And 11 up on Pittsburgh, who is 21-34. In the West, it is the San Francisco Giants up 1 game over San Diego. San Francisco has a 34-21 record. San Diego is 34-23. San Francisco is 1.5 up on the World Series defending champion Los Angeles Dodgers, 33-23. San Francisco 12 up on Colorado, 23-34, and 15.5 up on Arizona, 20-38, which means the worst team in baseball right now, as of this moment, are the Baltimore Orioles. Wow. Baltimore, what is going wrong with you? By the way, all the scores that we're giving you tonight, as always, brought to you with humble regard by William Hill Sportsbook. Remember, let's make things interesting, but you got to do it responsibly. William Hill Sportsbook. Go to williamhill.com, download it, and be responsible when you bet. Alrighty. That is, believe it or not, Point and Zort. That for the Major League Baseball. We'll have minor league action and some international action a little bit later in the broadcast. But right now we go from the grass and the AstroTurf to the silicone ice. Only 2 games in the National Hockey League playoffs, by the way. Let's give it to you one at a time, folks. There's only 2 games, as we said. Boston Bruins over the New York Islanders, 2-1. Boston leads that series by the margin of 2-1, 2 games to 1. And Carolina in overtime beat the defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning by a score of 3-2. Tampa Bay leads that series 2 games, 2-1. And that's the NHL. Let's go to the NBA, and I think maybe we can do this, but we have 2 games on le schedule. Let's give it to you, and oh dear Lord, let's go for the final first, okay? And I'm going to just shortcut this, if I may. Okay. They are right now, we are right now 30 seconds out of halftime. Thank you. Okay. Another rebroadcast. Okay, 30 seconds before the half. It is, oh, lordy. If you are an LA Laker fan, you might want to step away from the broadcast. Phoenix leads the Los Angeles Lakers 59-39. 30 seconds again in before the half. The final score, by the way, Phoenix leads series 3-2. Denver, the Nuggets have defeated the Portland Trail Blazers by a score of 126-115. They win the series 4-2. But man, what about Phoenix and and the Lakers? Everybody was hoping to see a Laker Clipper matchup, but and I have a feeling the King LeBron may be if he does another walkout and it's caught on camera in the last, say, 5 minutes of action, I think the Laker fans are liable to say, "Go home, faker." But right now, once again, at almost at the half, it's 59-39 Phoenix. There was a technical foul in the last play against Joe Crowder. So, wow. Tonight could be the end of an era or the end of, the Lakers are the defending world champions. They go down, there's going to be a lot of people questioning, and a lot of Laker fans going, you gave him a lot of money to come from Cleveland. He's given us a championship and a movie. Anyway, we'll hopefully have an update for you before we have to say, but that would be 67, boss. Page 67 in your book of joy. Thank you. But why has the game paused? They are right now. Of course, we can't give you any video, but I will provide audio. They were taking a little while to take a look at replay, and the word is. Well, that took a long time. But right now, kind of looks like the Los Angeles Lakers are, we are witnessing the falling apart of the Lakers. We're going to keep it here for the duration of our broadcast. If anything less than exciting happens, if anything exciting happens, we'll bring it to you with my dulcet-toned voice. But it is Phoenix versus the LA Lakers, and right now the Phoenix Suns are kicking Laker butt by 20 points. They lead the series 3-2, and right now, oh boy, yipe. Everybody's probably asking about Anthony Davis. Well, we got news on AD. Do we have that news on AD? Yes, we do have news. And it does not look good for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis left the game a little bit ago. Wow. So right now, and they are playing in the land of the Lakers. They're playing at the Staples Center, which is the home of the Lakers and the Clippers. Hence the wishing of a playoff match between the two. And it looks like they ain't gonna get it. But wow. Anyway, let's get you updated on some major stories happening in the world of sports before you go back to the scoreboard. If anything happens between now and before we hit the bye-bye, we will definitely report it to you. But there's big news, and I mean huge news if you are a football fan, and especially a fan of the Chicago Bulls, not the Bulls, the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears have been in the National Football 1920, and in that time, the team has only been owned by one family, but that could soon be changing. According to Jim O'Donnell of the Chicago Daily Herald, there could be a sale coming in the near future, and that's because there's some internal strife going on among family members to sell now. Well, obviously, because the team sucks. The principal owner of the team is 98-year-old Virginia Hallis McCaskey, who was the daughter of Bears founder George Hallis. The NFL legend ran the team until his passage in 1983, and at that point, Virginia took over as the head of the franchise. The team has a board of directors made up of 8 individuals, including and currently 5 of those 8 are members of the McCaskey family. At this point, selling the team would basically serve 2 purposes. And we pause here for a moment. We have a updated score for you. It is just hit halftime in the land of the Lakers. It is 62 for the Suns and 41 for the Lakers. Oy, they better get a miracle, or their season is done, and a lot of fans are going to be saying, trade LeBron. By selling, it would also potentially put the Bears in better shape for the future. Soldier Field is in serious need of a facelift, but that's not going to be easy to pull off due to the high costs that would come with trying to renovate the stadium. Now, if Soldier Field can't be updated, there's a chance the Bears could move outside of Chicago to Arlington Park. But that would only happen if the team can get a new stadium built there. Now, whether they fix Soldier Field or build a new stadium, it's not going to be cheap, and bringing in a deep-pocketed owner would help the cause. You think the Lions might be, you think the Ford family might be watching this as well, figuring, well, if we don't win a Super Bowl this year, go even near the playoffs, I think we should sell quickly. But again, as I said a long time ago, the Ford sell, they lose that cachet, they lose that glamour, they lose their Thanksgiving Day celebrate, their Thanksgiving Day game. Now, but that's another story. According to O'Donnell, the 3 most likely candidates to purchase the team would be Pat Ryan, Jeff Bezos, and Neil Bloom. Ryan is a billionaire, and he'd likely have the best shot at landing the Bears because he's already a minority owner. He has the right of first refusal to buy any part of the team that the McCaskies might sell. Ryan is well known in Chicago and already has a football field and basketball arena at Northwestern named after him. Not mentioned, he's one of the 8 people that sits on the Bears board of directors. Now, it used to be next to impossible to become an NFL owner, and that's mostly because teams were never for sale. Plus, you have to be a billionaire to want to buy it. But if the Bears end up on the market, they could join several other teams like the Broncos and Chargers, who could eventually be for sale in the next few years. So stay tuned. This story deserves to be followed. Okay. A scary moment during Thursday night's game between the AAA Durham Bulls, farm club for the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Norfolk Tides, a farm club for the Orioles. Bulls right-hander Tyler Zombro was hit in the head by a line drive from Tides catcher Brett Cumberland and collapsed face first to the ground and began convulsing. He was eventually carried off the field on a stretcher. Now, the Rays have since announced Zombro is in stable condition at a local hospital and will undergo further tests. The team's statement is, quote, Tyler Zombro was transported to Duke University Hospital in Durham is in stable condition. He's currently undergoing further treatment and observation. Additional updates will be provided as they become available. Our thoughts and prayers with Tyler, his family, and his teammates, as are our thoughts and prayers and vibes. McCarthy was hit in the head by a line drive in September 2012 and needed emergency surgery to relieve cranial pressure. He suffered an epidural hemorrhage, brain contusion, and skull fractures. The 26-year-old Zombro signed with the Rays as an undrafted free agent out of George Mason University in 2017. He reached AAA in 2019 and allowed 4 runs in 11 and one-third innings this season going into Thursday's game. Zombro was George Mason's all-time leader in starts with 55 and in innings, 318 and a third when he left school. Again, our prayers and good vibes and a lot of these hugs are going to him and his family tonight. Well, the United States men's national team are through to the CONCACAF Nations League final after beating Honduras on Thursday 1-0 thanks to a dramatic late goal from substitute Jordan Sibacho via header. The DC-born talent came on in the second half for Josh Sargent and delivered his first goal for the team with under 2 minutes to play, heading home a small ball from Weston McKennie with power from about 6 yards out. And the goal came after a fine ball from defender John Brooks found McKennie at the back post in what was the best chance of the second half. The U.S. struggled for most of the match with plenty of nervy moments, but in the end, they found a way despite looking likely to concede at times. Sargent, who struggled in the attack, made a crucial save with his head off the line to prevent Los Cataros from scoring in the opening 45 minutes. With the match hanging in balance, it felt as if Greg Berhalter was pushing his luck by wanting to make changes, but his young forward came on and repaid his faith to avoid a penalty kick shootout where anything could have happened. Now, with the win, the Americans will now face either Mexico or Costa Rica in the final on Sunday, with their game airing on, of course, Paramount Plus. That is the former CBS All Access. Mexico and Costa Rica will be, it's already it's happening right now. The game is on Paramount Plus. Boo. Should be on CBS Sports Network, but it's understandable, isn't it? Yes, it is. All right. We got soccer. We have fun. And we have some college basketball news. We should have done this last night, but we did not get a freaking chance to because of our little weather-related tech issue. Can we, yeah. And the King of Duke, that's right. The King of Duke, Mike Krzyzewski, has announced his retirement. That's right. He'll be 75 when he retires next year. His greatest rival on the recruiting trail for a decade plus, John Calipari, will be 63. The two have been entwined, that's a big word, ever positioning to rule. Duke and Kentucky are sports' two most popular and polarizing programs, and it's only fitting that one could make the same case about Krzyzewski and Calipari as coaches. Wednesday's news regarding Krzyzewski's forthcoming farewell tour towards retirement immediately prompted a lot of hoorays and cheroots and nice little things, you could say. Far and wide, those tributes will blossom again in November and stay in bloom for the ensuing 4 months until Duke plays its final game of next season and Krzyzewski coaches for lifetime in his unparalleled career. But the sports Zeus now getting his affairs in order, we couldn't wonder what was Calipari thinking in the minutes and hours after he learned the news. Coach K had been regarded as the voice and conscience of men's basketball alongside, of course, our man here. That is, of course, Tom Izzo. Mm-hmm. Now, Calipari is now in position to inherit the post. He's also likely to thrive because of it. Of course, he had mentioned recruiting element to all this. The chases on the trail began between Coach K and Calipari have hummed the offseason college hoop news cycle almost every spring and summer for almost 10 years. 10 years. Calipari almost immediately upended the recruiting dynamic in the sport by pulling in the top-rated class his first year at UK, essentially mainstreaming the one-and-done model Krzyzewski pulled in the 16th best class that year. But then the battle was on. In 2011, Kentucky again had the number one class, but Duke was second. Kentucky then raked in the number one spot for 4 straight classes in 2014, but Coach K caught up and took the top spot with Calipari in at number 2. Kentucky took the throne back in 2015, then Duke leapfrogged again in 2016. And this goes battle back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and to and fro and everything else therein. So, to Krzyzewski, Coach K, you are still the man. And that brings up another fun little topic with Coach K saying adieu. Just how long does the head Spartan, Tom Izzo, how long will he be coaching the Spartans before? We don't know. I hope he lasts a lifetime. It'd be nice to see a 98-year-old Coach Tom his 5th NCAA basketball championship. He could do that, you know. He could do that. Boom. Okay. Time now, folks, for all of us to take a little breath. Okay, and let's do the worldwide thing. That's right. It's time to give you some soccer. Time to bust out the soccer coverage. And we do so. We do so. This is the Euro Under 21 Championships. Let's boost her up, boys. Thank you. Portugal defeated Spain by a score of 1-0. The Netherlands, Germany beat the Netherlands 2-1. In international friendly competition, Japan and Jamaica, their match got canceled. The Republic of Ireland beat Andorra, not Andorra from Bewitched, Andorra, a country. 4-1 was the final score. Switzerland, boy, did they turn Liechtenstein into Swiss cheese. Thank you. Thank you for that name. One more. They beat Liechtenstein 7-0. Turkey defeated Moldova by a score of 2-0. The Ukraine beat Northern Ireland 1-0. Belgium and Greece tied at 1, and Algeria outlasted Mauritania by a score of 4-1. In the World Cup qualifying in South America, Bolivia over Venezuela 3-1. Uruguay and Paraguay went no way. They tied 0-0. World Cup qualifying Asia, Nepal 2, Chinese Taipei nothing. Let's call them Taiwan. I'm calling them Taiwan. To hell with political correctness. Nepal 2, Taiwan nothing. Australia 3, Kuwait nothing. Iran 3, Hong Kong 1. Bahrain 8, Cambodia 0. Palestine 4, Singapore 0. Bangladesh and Afghanistan tied at 1. Qatar over India 1-0. Thailand and Indonesia tied at 2. The United Arab Emirates 4-0 over Malaysia. North Korea and Sri Lanka, their match got canceled. And the Australian A-League, Western Sydney and Adelaide tied at dos, otherwise known as the ballet score. Doo-doo! That's right. They got a little easy, a little free, and they just decided to end it in a tie. So they have, and so have we, and everything else is groovy. Don't you think? Or don't you think? Yeah, I think everything's groovy. Okay, let's boom. Let's kick it in, kick it on, kick it over, and kick it ouchie machi. More headlines before we go anywhere. In baseball, Major League Baseball is renewing its efforts to crack down on pitchers using foreign substances, according to John Heyman of the MLB Network. The supposed forthcoming crackdown comes after Thursday's owner meeting, during which evidence was presented suggesting that ball doctoring was very prevalent throughout the league, a statement that, if true, could help explain the lowest batting average and highest strikeout rate in league history. It could also not, but it can't explain my hair the way it is. Haven's report is but the latest note in a recent wall of sound relating to pitchers' use of foreign substance in the past 8 days. Here's the following news items that have surfaced. May 26, umpire Joe West confiscated the hat of St. Louis Cardinal reliever Giovanni Gallegos based on the suspicion that it is coated with a foreign substance. Gallegos was not ejected from the game or otherwise punished by the league office. In May 26, in response to the Gallegos incident, Minnesota Twin third baseman Josh Donaldson tweets that he has, and quote, an entire catalog of video, end quote, of pitchers cheating. Donaldson hits that he's going to release it. The first no further details. Now on June 1st, White Sox announcer and former big league pitcher Steve Stone observes during the broadcast that Cleveland reliever James Karinchak appears to be doctoring the ball on the mound using a black-like substance on the thumb of his red fielding glove. Ooh. June 2nd, MLB suspends 3 pitchers for 10 games after they were ejected for having foreign substances on the mound. Major League Baseball suspended a 4th pitcher for 10 games early in the season. Now, all of this stems from a league-issued memo in March wherein Major League Baseball announced new guidelines as it related to foreign substance use. The league indicated it would be investigating suspected ball doctoring cases, even if it meant confiscating playing gear, having a third-party lab test for illicit substances, and then punishing players after the fact. Now, the league even says it would be using spin rate analysis to determine who might be doctoring balls to gain an edge. Okay, we're about to start the third quarter of the Phoenix Suns Los Angeles Lakers game. Phoenix Suns taking a whopping big lead. And I do mean a whopping big lead. Speaking of things that are whopping, let's take you now to the minor leagues. They're a fun league. And we'll give you some scores of all that cover there. I've just started the third quarter. Hopefully, we'll have a update on all the scores coming up. But right now, let's give you some scores from minor league baseball. We start off in AAA, bottom of the top of the 7th. These games are still in progress. Top of the 7th, Reno 9, Sacramento 4. Bottom of the 6th inning, it is Salt Lake City 6, Tacoma, almost said Tacoma 4. Final score is Louisville over St. Paul 6-3. Memphis over Toledo 10-6. Memphis and in the 10-6 in the second game. In the first game of the double dip, Memphis beat Toledo 3-2. Worcester over Rochester 3-1. Scranton Wilkes-Barre over Lehigh Valley 5-1. In 8 innings, Norfolk mollywopped Durham 12-4. Nashville whopped Charlotte 15-4. Columbus did a simple score on Indianapolis 3-2. Jacksonville 6, Gwinnett 2. El Paso 6, Round Rock 3. Oklahoma City over Sugarland 8-1. Omaha over Iowa 8-5. Albuquerque over Las Vegas 2-1. Postponed game, Syracuse Buffalo, St. Paul, Louisville. All right, let's keep the good times rolling with a little double-A action. And here we go. Rocket City over Chattanooga 4-2 in the second game. In the first game, Chattanooga beat Rocket City by a score of 5-1. Birmingham over Tennessee 5-4. Portland over Harrisburg 7-0. Altoona, which is a very good tuna if you want to know the truth. Altoona over Richmond 4-2. Binghamton over New Hampshire 9-3. Bowie over Hartford 4-0. Mississippi 5-2 over Pensacola, which is personally for me, I don't care about Pensacola. I kind of like Coca-Cola. Montgomery beat up Biloxi by a score of 9-6. Midland 12, Corpus Christi 7, Birmingham 1, Tennessee 0. Wichita Lineman, it's a Glenn Campbell song, look it up on YouTube. 7-6 over Arkansas or Arkansas. San Antonio over Springfield. Thank you. 9-1, San Antonio won that one. Tulsa 7, Northwest Arkansas 6. Frisco over Amarillo 2-1. Erie, Akron, Reading, Somerset were postponed. Let us drag it all the way down here and get you some high A scores. Yes, sir. And here we go. Games that are still going on in the middle of the 8th. Tri-Cities 4, Spokane nothing in the bottom of the 6th inning. It is Vancouver 6, Eugene 2. Bottom of the 7th inning, it's Hillsboro 5, Everett 2. Final scores, and yeah, we do have some finals. Lake County 6, Dayton 3. That was in the second game. First game, Lake County beat Dayton 1-0, one nip slip. Winston-Salem, an 8-6 winner over Greensboro. Asheville, 3-1 winner over Greenville. South Bend, a 1-run win, 5-4 over Lansing. West Michigan, 12, Great Lakes 1. Fort Wayne, 8, Cedar Rapids, 6. Beloit, 7, Quad Cities, yes, the Quad. 7-5 final score on that. Bowling Green over Rome, 3-1. Wisconsin over Peoria, 8-7. Top of the 8th, this game was suspended. Jersey Shore 3, Brooklyn 1. It'll be completed tomorrow. Postponed game, Hudson Valley and Wilmington will be done June number 5. And we go from the high A. We go from the high A to the low A. All right, here we go. Games in progress. Top of the 8th inning, San Jose 9, Modesto 1. Top of the 8th inning, it is Visalia and Fresno tied at 6. Thank you. Bottom of the 7th, Lake Elsinore 4, Stockton 1. Final scores, Lakeland over Tampa, 7-6. In the second game, in the first game, Tampa over Lakeland, 16-2 was their final score. Palm Beach over Jupiter, 5-4. Bradenton over Dunedin. And when you're Dunedin, please don't forget to relieve yourself and watch out for burping. Bradenton over Dunedin, 9-7. Salem over Lynchburg, 7-3. In 9 innings, Fort Myers over St. Lucie by a score of 7-0. And Daytona beat Clearwater 7-5. Fredericksburg over Delmarva 6-2. Charleston over Augusta 7-0. Rancho Cucamonga over the Inland Empire 4-3. This game was suspended in the top of the sixth. Columbia and Myrtle Beach scoreless. It'll be completed on the 4th, which is tomorrow. Postponed games down east in Carolina due to inclement weather. They'll make it up on June 4th. Their first game, because this was a doubleheader, down east Carolina postponed due to the rotten weather, but their makeup will be on July 21st. And Kannapolis and Fayetteville will be playing, we'll have that game on July 21st. And that is minor league baseball, although personally for me, I think minor league is the major league. It's cheaper to go and you have fun. Where you can't have fun at Major League Baseball because the prices are so damn high. Think about it, won't you? All right. We are cooking time here, 12:19 in the fun-filled evening, and we're going to make it. I think we're going to make it. All right. Let's give you some scores of other games in and around the Holy Areole. How wild? Let's see. Okay. By the way, 4 minutes left in the third quarter, and Phoenix Suns lead the Los Angeles Lakers. Although at the half it wasn't as close. This time, the Lakers are picking it up. Suns lead it, however, 71-52. All right, let's see if we've mentioned everything and everyone. Yeah, okay, thanks. In Espanol, the basketball playoffs for Spain, the ACB, Tenerife over San Pablo Burgos, 92-68. Juventud Badalona over Barcelona, 72-63. In the World Championships, the playoffs, after a tie and a few penalty shots, Germany beat Switzerland by a score of 3-2. The USA whopped Slovakia 6-1. Finland over the Czech Republic 1-0. Canada over the Russian Olympic Committee. Yep, an entire committee played hockey. Canada 2, Russia 1. In baseball, and for this, I think we got one. We have one. No, we got a lot. Let's go to it, shall we? All right. Rakuten Golden Eagles over the Yakut Swallows by a score of 4-2. Takanaka for Rakuten gets the win. He's 4-2. Sneed gets the loss for the Yakut Swallows. Thank you. His record is 1-1. The Chunichi Dragons over the Chiba Lati Marines score 4-3. Sobu gets the win for Chunichi. He's 1-2. Karakawa for Chiba Lati gets a loss. He's 3-2. We continue on. The Yokohama Bay Stars over the Fukuoka. I call them Silverhawks. I know they're not Silverhawks, so I'll just say S-Hawks. 4-3. Escobar gets the win for Yokohama. He's 2-0. Izumi gets the loss for Fukuoka. He's 1-2. The Omuri Giants over the Cebu Lions. That final, actually, they ended up in a tie 4-4. No winner, no loser. The York Buffaloes took on the Hanshin Tigers and beat them 7-3. Muranishi gets the win for Oric Buffaloes. He's 1-0. Awazaki from Hanshin Tigers gets the loss at 1-3. And the Hiroshima Carp lose to the Nippon Ham Fighters by a score of 5-2. Tokoda for Hiroshima gets the win. He's 1-2. Kaneko for Nippon gets the loss. Right? Yeah, gets the loss. No. Correction. Tokada for Hiroshima gets the loss. He's 1-2. Kaneko for Nippon gets the win. They got this screwed up. So I got it right. Tokada gets a loss. He's 1-2, and Kaneko gets the win for the Ham Fighters at 0-2. There you go. Whoops, pardonnez-moi. I do this. Okay, in South Korea, the Korean baseball organization, Kia Tigers Hanwha Eagles game was postponed due to inclement weather. Gangwon Heroes defeated the Lodi Giants by a score of 9-4, and they're the only game that was in demand. Others were all postponed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us up to our little point of order here. We got about 6 minutes left. And if we can, guys, give me a little update. Let's update you on the game here, third quarter. 5:52. So we were wrong on the time zone. 5:52 remaining. Phoenix 77, LA 60. Lakers starting to make a slight comeback, but the Phoenix Suns are still in the lead. Lead is now 17 points. Phoenix leads in the series by a score of 3-2. And I do believe they will play the winner of Denver-Portland, which is Denver. Denver won their series 4-2. So, folks, things are starting to get a little crazy in the land of Lala, otherwise known as Los Angeles. So, just have a little faith and sanity. Watch the game after this show. But if we are ready, here we go for some big old lineup here. More NBC Olympic broadcasting announcements were made. So let's get to it. 5:21 in the third. Thank you. And here we go. On Thursday, NBC Sports revealed a whole lot of play-by-play broadcasters making their Olympic debut this summer. Some of those have been announced already, like Lisa Byington, formerly of WLNS, the CBS station in Lansing. Fred Heumann has got to be proud of Lisa Byington. Jen Hildreth and Derek Ray, but others are new names. Peeking and choosing. Here are the full list of debuting broadcasters along with the sport they'll be calling. And one name better be on there because she does great at boxing. Shane Bacon, golf. Jason Benetti, baseball. Jack Benjamin, several events. Krista Blunk, several sports. Brendan Burke, rowing and canoe sprint. Lisa Byington, soccer. Rupert Cox, rugby. Noah Eagle, 3-on-3 basketball. Jen Hildreth, soccer. Patrick Canaz, select swimming. Rich Lerner, golf. Chris Lewis, table tennis. Courtney Lyle, field hockey. Beth Mullen, softball. Derek Ray, soccer. Kate Scott and Matt Weiner, basketball and handball, respectfully. So that's a lot of new names that'll be involved with NBC's coverage. The release doesn't note who will be in Tokyo and who will be doing the broadcast in Stamford, Connecticut. Aside from, of course, Rupert Cox, who will be doing the matches from Sky Network's UK studios. However, a previous release noted that Byington, Hildreth, and Ray will be at the NBC Sports Complex in Stamford to call games, while Bacon will be joining them, and Lerner would be on site. So, there you go. All right. Marv Albert did his final Knicks broadcast. Atlanta Hawks 103-89 road win over the New York Knicks wrapped up that NBA first round playoffs. Notable from the basketball side, but it was really notable from the broadcasting side. That game, broadcast nationally on TNT, featured famed announcer Marv Albert calling his first game inside an arena in more than a year, and also calling his final game from Madison Square Garden. He announced that last month that he is going to retire after this season. Now, Albert had a long connection with the Knicks, calling their games consistently from 1967 to 2004, so it was notable to see him back there. And afterwards, he told Mark Berman of the New York Post that it was a great experience for him. It's certainly nice that things worked out for Albert to get one more call from MSG. TNT largely had remote announcers this year, but they're moving to some in-person broadcast, of which I'm glad for, as the playoffs go on, and Albert will be calling games for them throughout their road final series this year, the Eastern Conference Finals. So it's good, aligned in a way that let Albert call one more game from the Garden. And there may be more on this to come. Berman notes an NBA entertainment crew is currently filming a documentary on Albert covering his 55-year broadcasting career, and that they recorded some interviews with him ahead of the game Wednesday. So we'll see what comes out of that. But for a moment, it was a memorable night. Could have been even more memorable had the Knicks won. But we cheer Marv Albert. 55 years, and he does have a right to call it a career. So we salute him. Finally, we got 5 minutes left. So finally, well, we thought it was dead. We thought it was buried. They got $1 from a court case that they sued the NFL for billions. And they even had Donald Trump. Well, guess what? The USFL is returning in 2022. That's right. They'll have at least 8 teams. Now, with upstart football ventures such as the Alliance of American Football and XFL 2.0, and the Spring League attempting to establish themselves during the offseason of National Football League, it was just a matter of time before the original Spring Football League tried to take their territory again. Sports Business Journal was the first to report that the USFL's type nap in 2022, planning to launch with at least 8 teams. And Sports is lined up as a broadcast partner. Now, according to John Alron, Fox will also hold a minority stake in the company that owns the USFL, though how much they will own was not revealed. Now, there's plenty more information yet to be announced, including the cities and the names of the teams and logos, and any familiar names involved with the venture and the league's game schedule. But Fox Sports will televise the USFL games. How much of the schedule will be broadcast on the main Fox network versus telecast on Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports 2 remain to be seen. Yet with Fox televising 7 of the Spring League's games, and before I read it all, I have a question. What is it about the Spring League that has made them so successful? What is it about that league, that football league, which is better than, what was missing from the, as I like to call it, 2AF and XFL 2.0? Somebody please let me know. What is it about the Spring League that made them so popular that didn't work, or that the Alliance of American Football and the Extreme Football League might have forgot or lost in translation. Now, Fox has been televising the Spring League games. They've televised 7 of their games here, 3 of which have still yet to be broadcast, including the league's championship game. Now, it seems fair to guess that some of the USFL slate will be on Fox Broadcasting. Not bad. Now, the owners of the Spring League have acquired the USFL trademarks. That means the team and the name of the company, etc. But this is curious. The CEO of the Spring League is also the co-founder of this USFL. Brian Woods, will he oversee both the USFL and the Spring League? Will both leagues play at the same time and presumably compete for that spring football bandwidth? Now, the Spring League plays from May through June, expanding to a 6-game schedule this year. How many games USFL will play hasn't been announced, but the league will play probably May and June and perhaps into July. Woods and Fox being involved with both leagues has already led to speculation that the USFL will get the precious TV time and media attention, logos, and trademarks. Meanwhile, the Spring League will focus more on being a developmental venture for players looking to hone their skills for opportunities in the USFL and the NFL. I think personally this is going to work. I mean, look at the Spring League. I mean, I have one question. Why don't they just take the Spring League and rename it USFL? Maybe they're going to do that. Don't know. No one is talking. And speaking of XFL 2.0s, we all know The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and his group bought the XFL with plans to restart it. But the last thing we've heard about the XFL was them trying to merge, and hello, Matt, Ed, and Eddie, how you doing? Trying to merge with the Canadian Football League. But it's strange that with the announcement of the USFL coming back, or even with the Spring League, it's strange that